Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So for this video, I'm talking about the benefits of having a cup of coffee before your workout. So some of the benefits of drinking coffee before your workout is the first and obvious one, the caffeine in it. You could use a cup of coffee as your pre-workout. The caffeine will give you an extra boost in energy. You'll feel stronger, so it will improve your lifts as well as improve your endurance if you're out there running. And not to mention, it's not too crazy like a pre-workout such as C4. If you're like sensitive to caffeine, a cup of coffee should be enough for you to get that energy going, and it wouldn't be too much caffeine in it. Studies have shown that caffeine gives you an increased boost and strength as well as your endurance. So whatever your workout may be, whether it is lifting weights in the gym or running a marathon, a cup of coffee can be beneficial to you. Another benefit of drinking a cup of coffee before your workout is studies have shown that caffeine can help you burn more body fat. So if you're working out to become more lean, to lose body fat, I feel like that's a reason a lot of people work out. The caffeine in coffee can help. So that's another benefit. To add, a cup of coffee is fairly cheap, especially if you just make it at home yourself. If you don't want to spend money on expensive supplements like pre-workout where you have to, buy every month or every few months whenever you run out, a cup of coffee, if you just make it at home, costs you next to nothing. So it's a cheap supplement, but it works well. Just like with anything, there's always pros as well as some cons to it. A con of coffee would be if you're very sensitive to caffeine, even a cup of coffee might be too much for you. So it's always good to test it out. I always tell people, always test it out in training before, like, say, your race day. If you're getting ready to take a fitness test or compete in a race or a lifting competition, you always want to make sure you tried it out in training before the actual test day. So try it out. Have a cup of coffee before your workout to see how you feel, see how your body feel. I mean, you don't need to drink coffee or have any type of caffeine supplements, but in my personal opinion, it does help me and it does help a lot of other people. But if you're very sensitive to caffeine and you prefer not to drink anything, any supplements with caffeine in it, then yeah, obviously you don't need it. But as always test it out in training before the race day. Personally, for me, when I drink coffee before a workout, I like to drink it between an hour or 45 minutes before my workout. I find if I do that before then, I still have energy and it's not too close to the workout. I don't want to like go on a run and feel like my bladder is full of, coffee or cramping. That's another thing. I haven't had much issues with cramping, but I do know sometimes if you drink coffee and you go out for a run right away, you could possibly cramp. So it's always good to, spread out the time. Between 45 minutes to an hour is good. But also you want to test it out in training to see how your body reacts to it, because, all of our bodies are different. And another thing you got to think about is you don't want to go overboard with the caffeine, whether it's in pre-workout or coffee. According to the FDA, if you drink less than 400 milligrams of caffeine a day for a healthy adult, that should be good for you. Anything over 400 could be too much, but once again, that just depends on our body type as well. Another thing you should think of is a small cup of coffee. An 8-ounce cup of coffee could be anywhere between 80 to 100 milligrams of caffeine, and it all depends on how you make it as well. Like, I know the coffee from Starbucks has more caffeine in it versus the coffee you might make at home. So that's something to think about. You shouldn't go over 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. Another con you should think about is too much caffeine in your body. Over time, your body becomes used to it, and the effect isn't as strong as well. It's just like when you first take something like a pre-workout. The first time you took it, you might feel really hyper, you might feel really like jittery, and you might have all this energy, but long-term uses, you'll notice the effect starts to wear down. That's the same thing as coffee. So that's why you shouldn't depend on the coffee to give you energy. It should just be a supplement that helps you throughout your day to day. And I know I didn't list all the pros and cons, so feel free to list some in the comment section. I would love to hear your input. Thanks again for stopping by, guys. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.